the women's quarterfinal match, featuring on my left from River Forest, Illinois, Laura Berendt, and her partner from Stamford, Connecticut, Roxy Enica. On my right, from Stamford, Connecticut, Martina Ondrejkova, and her partner Anna Maria Zubori from Westport, Connecticut. The match is best 2 out of 3 tie-break sets with a 7-game ball rotation.
Welcome to the 2019 APT Nationals, presented locally by PNC, with thanks also to the APTA's national official sponsors, Viking and Uline. We are live from the Fox Chapel Racquet Club in Pittsburgh on the APTA network, presented by eNet Live. I'm Lauren Mandel, along with Patty Hogan, and we're bringing you this incredible women's quarterfinal match. As you just heard the umpire introduce them, it's the 10th seeds, Martina Ondrejkova and Anna Maria Zubori, and they are facing the 2nd seeds, Roxy Enica and Laura Berendt. And here, Patty, why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. Martina Ondrejkova is from Stamford, Connecticut, and she's a former women's national champion. She's played here with Anna Maria Zubori, and she's a teaching pro at Fox Meadow. They're up against Laura Berendt from River Forest, Illinois, former finalist in the national championships, and Roxy Enica from Cobb, Connecticut. Roxy is an outstanding player. This is going to be fireworks on the paddle court, Lauren.
Yeah, watch out. Don't let your guard down, because those balls are going to be whizzing by quickly. And Laura Berendt and Roxy Enica just started playing together this year. They had a great result in Chicago, in Laura Berendt's hometown. They won the Chicago Charities Tournament, and they've done well all season. Martina Ondrejkova and Anna Maria Zubori have been playing together for a couple seasons, and they didn't play as much this year. Zubori was away, and but they've come on strong, and they're really playing well so far at Nationals.
It's going to be a treat. Enica and Zubori in particular are just sort of like the human highlight reels on the women's tour, and I mean, it's going to be so fun to watch this matchup. And Laura Berendt, I mean, she's a finalist with Annika van Sterenberg back in Chicago Nationals, and they bring the heat. We're not going to see too much slow down paddle here from Enica Berendt. They just, they're going to go for broke. It's kind of all or nothing with them.
Speaking of exciting paddle, let's take a quick look at the draw. So, Patty, you see these quarterfinal matchups in the women's draw are amazing. The depth in the women's draw and the quality of play is just incredible.
Oh, the 16s yesterday were just the most amazing, challenging 16 matches I've ever seen in a women's nationals. Yeah. I mean, these women are so talented, and we have a Delmonico Gebbia against Floor, and Enica. That's going to be number 1 against number 8. I think that will be another live stream match coming up for all of you at home. But, I mean, this match, it's going to be a fascinating thing. Platform tennis is about matchups. And Ondrejkova on the far side in the red top, former women's national champ with Gabby.
Players ready? Play.
Here we go. Anna Zubori serving.
And I always say, Lauren, if I had to make a pick early in a match,
15 love,
I'd go with the person who's won a national title. What will be fascinating to see is Berendt and Enica have played a lot of paddle this year. A lot of tournaments. Ondrejkova and Zubori not so much. Just 3 events.
Together. They played, Ondrejkova also played Short Hills with Vicky Stoklasova.
Right, their best result as a team was in Boston, 3rd place. They lost to Berendt and Enica. So the matchup is one that I think all 4 players love, honestly.
Right, there's no grinding in this match.
as you can see from the baseline shot of Roxy and Enica here in the ad court, the flash of red and Berendt, they will drive more than any other top team, I think, here. They're going to be relentless with how aggressive they'll play.
And if that point was any indication, it looked good for Zubori and Ondrejkova because they withstood a lot there.
I think that I saw them play a little bit yesterday. I noticed they're playing a little closer to each other. Zubori kind of committed a little bit more to the backhand volley. So they're going to be able to defend most of what Berendt and Enica can throw at them, I think.
40-15.
40-15.
Having said that, if they don't shift and move their feet, they won't be able to defend it.
Then scratch that. That, Anna Maria Zubori, she's got every shot in the book. She's incredibly talented. We talk about it all the time. But because of that, she sometimes tries to be a little too flashy. And if she can eliminate that, she's going to be super tough to beat.
Zubori, they lead 1-0 first set.
Well, I think Anna Maria Zubori and Enica are sort of the personality on both teams, maybe the more outgoing of the two players. Laura Berendt is a delight. She just knows how to fire forehands and backhands. You won't hear her say too much on the court. And Martina is really a quiet leader on the far side in the deuce court. She's totally calm and composed, disciplined at all times. It would be fun to see a little cat and mouse. I would expect some between Enica and Zubori here as this match goes on.
Enica and Zubori are like the artists on the court, and Berendt and Ondrejkova are more of the workhorse. Not that they're not equally as good, but they just go about it in a different way.
Yeah, Enica and Berendt played a lot of events this year. They had a 6th in Short Hills, 2nd in Boston, 3rd in Midwesterns, 2nd Long Island. They won the charities, and they were 3rd in the Philadelphia Open. So they do have a lot of events and a lot of matches that they, have drawn a lot of experience from for this year. Ondrejkova Zubori, just 3 tournaments together, but I don't think it will hurt them, to tell you the truth.
40-15. $40-30.
Laura, you always know the answers to my question. What year was it that Laura Berendt, as Laura Parsons, alongside Annika van Sterenberg, made it to the finals of nationals, but were defeated? What year and by what team, Lauren?
2008 by Cindy Prendergast and Lauren Zink. And I think I knew that even if you didn't have it right in front of me.
What was the score, Lauren?
I don't know.
6-4, 6-3.
15-all.
I think the big stage here at Nationals doesn't phase these 4 players.
Definitely not.
I think
they're all big-time players.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of nerves in the early going, and these guys, you can feel like they just walked on the court with that intensity level. All of them believe they're going to win this match, both teams. Little upright volley error there from
15-30.
Martina Ondrejkova. players who can handle the heat from Enica really get down. They keep their paddle head up and they really bend their knees versus
15,
being
40.
straight-legged. And that paddle head, we just saw with Zubori kind of drop as she made contact with the ball.
Game Berendt, Enica. They lead 2-1 first set.
Still working it out here. Still a few errors at the beginning. Nobody really looks completely dialed in yet.
You know, both of these players and all their losses on both sides, they've only lost the top teams. These players routinely go through the field. They are so much better than most of the players in the field. And they really only, they all reach the quarters and semis and finals. And then it's kind of who has it going that day. Purely becomes about a matchup.
Well,
A tentative swing from Enica when she's on with her serve.
15.
It's got much more speed than that, which results in a lot of a kick serve, one of the finest serves on the women's tour.
Oof, that was quite a return.
And I actually love that play.
Love
Zubori
30.
just clocking her forehand and Martina moving in. I haven't really seen her do that much.
Clocking is a good word. I mean, when that ball comes off Zubori's paddle, it really makes a different sound.
Yeah, when you talk about a ball striker, she's so pure. Every time she seems to contact that ball in the sweet spot.
And both Zubori and Enica have a lot of different spins, a lot of different shots, a lot to choose from, which is why their games can be unbelievable when they're on, and they can go off as well. Whereas Berendt and Ondrejkova
15, 30.
are more straight ahead, you know, not too many different spins, not too many, but they're more solid as a rock.
Wow, great hands from Berendt there.
30 all.
Brave to just stand in there when she's winding up like that.
Well, she didn't know Enica's serve was going to be closer to the net when it bounced versus the service line.
Enica's definitely taking something off her serve.
And she works her swing speed in as the match goes on and she gains
40,
confidence. 30. I feel like you can tell her temperature. Her level of play is definitely correlates to her swing speed on her serve.
Game Berendt, Enica.
So you see
They
many,
lead
many
3
points
games
end
to
up
1
with the
first
ball
set.
on Maria Zubori's racket.
And I think Zubori
15 love.
sees the court as a tennis player, a lot of angles, and which means sometimes you contact that ball a little bit too early. You get a little out in front on the volley. That's what happened on that backhand.
30 love. Bye. 30-15. All.
Yeah, you kind of feel like it. Enica and Berendt are really comfortable here. And why wouldn't they be, Lauren? They're up 3-1 on the big stage. 2019 APTA National Championships.
There's the roller that Enica likes so much. What a great gap by Zubori. Hits the winner out of the nick.
40-30.
That's what I expected to see. Enica just kind of taking in, forcing the play, moving forward. See Ondrejkova and Zubori just drop back.
It's good news for Berendt and Enica because Enica seems to be dialed in. There's that ball that you don't want to be standing there when Laura Berendt lines up and wails it at you.
Deuce.
Yeah, you can see she just let that lob drop even shorter than it really was and created that gigantic swinging shot that
Jerry Viance named it
forced
the
it out.
smacker.
Smacker.
So
Could you ever hit a ball that hard, Lauren?
I think so.
Advantage Ondrejkova, Zubori.
I mean, a lot of people can hit it that hard. It doesn't mean that it'll go in or.
Yeah, when I try to hit it that hard, I hit the back screen on a fly. I think a little height helps.
Yeah.
A lot of height helps even more.
Berendt and Enica are into this.
Zubori. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
And the sun is fierce.
Dude, thank you for
Zubori
paying
and
attention.
Ondrejkova are looking right into it, and in particular, Ondrejkova out of that deuce court, Lauren. I went outside earlier. You and I were basking in the sun, and I kind of sat there to see what it was like to try to find the ball looking into that sun. And it's tough out of that deuce court. You know, for me, Enica, Berendt have as much talent out here as any team.
Advantage Berendt, Enica.
For me, it's just about the consistency.
Completely. I mean, that's
They can maintain this high level of play.
right now. They look great.
What a beautiful shot from Zubori, set up with that
Dude.
two-hander. And I love that she hit it right at a player. She didn't try to beat them with an angle, didn't try to go around them. Just kind of brought the heat, forced the volley error.
Go! Got it.
Advantage Ondrejkova, Zubori.
There's an example of where Roxy and Enica doesn't need to go for such a big shot. There was no shot there.
Right. I think her tendency a little bit is when she's feeling great,
Yeah.
that she tries to hit even harder. In the court, given that it's nowhere near the size of a tennis court, that's where you need the discipline and composure to just not force anything. Take the creative, add the creative elements to the game, but, playing the score, hitting the appropriate pace is so key for her. And again, they're kind of picking apart Ondrejkova a little bit in that deuce court now.
She doesn't love to play the ball out of the screens, Ondrejkova. That's her least favorite. So she tries to take most balls off the deck, and you see where it happens. You can't always do it.
Right, and when someone winds up and hits that much spin and that much pace, you're forced to play the screen to play the shot, and you're saying Martina she'd prefer to take that high ball on her forehand off of the deck.
Heads up, boys.
Ondrejkova, Zubori had their chances that game,
Game
but
Berendt, Enica.
Berendt and Enica are looking good.
4-1, first set.
They're looking good, and I'm really impressed with how they've come out of the gates here and really consistent. Very few unforced errors. Maybe one from Enica so far after 5 games.
And sometimes it takes Enica a little while to work herself into a match, but she is sharp right from the get-go here.
When Ondrejkova and Nicolescu won the Nationals a couple years ago, I thought going into the final that the match was going to be on her battle. And I kind of am getting the feel that this match also is going to be on Martina's paddle. And she's going to have to up her level for her team to be able to win this match.
Come on!
But we talk about matchups and the overheads of Berendt and Enica. You know, it's going to force Martina to really adapt her style of play here. That's what she loves, to fire off her forehand.
15-30.
See Berendt and Enica playing in the I formation.
Fun to watch Zubori play, her movement. And the amazing thing about most players, when they have to move a couple feet, they don't have that pure technique, where Zubori has no drop-off in her technique.
She's a beautiful mover.
Yeah, her fundamentals are flawless.
Not happy.
30 all.
But Enica hit that shot, right? And she didn't overdo it.
Yes.
And that made it so tough for Zubori to come up with that dig off that low middle screen.
You see the eye again. They don't want Ondrejkova to have that forehand cross-court shot that she loves. Now there, Zubori was on top of the net.
30,
There's
40.
no reason for Enica to try that drive.
Right, inside out, all the way
Right.
cross court, wide, over
I mean,
the highest part of the
Zubori
net.
would have dropped it anyway. She was literally hanging
Yep.
over the net.
You're right. But she was totally committed with
Yep.
her grip way over, where she then only could drive the ball. That's a fun thing to watch, particularly with Enica, Zubori, is their ability to make these grip changes, which gives them the ability to hit such a variety of spins on their shots.
It was well done by Berendt.
Deuce.
It was a tough first volley. She got her team into the point.
Advantage, Berendt, Enica.
This point will tell me a lot.
Game, Berendt, Enica.
I think it's
They
so
lead
hard
5
to make
games
those
to
volleys
1
in
first set.
transition.
The reason why I said that was that I've seen Berendt and Enica play a lot, and they just need to be this efficient when they play. They're throwing away nothing. They're not gifting any points here. And that was a 4-1 point. That was a gigantic point. And they forced the error out of Ondrejkova. Another volley out of Zubori, not
Love
holding her
15.
position, kind of moving to her right, maybe overcommitted to a backhand volley.
You're right. They're playing very economically. They're not wasting energy. They're not wasting points. Well, there was a little waste
Right,
of points.
that's only the
15
second or
all.
third
Yeah.
error from Enica here in the first set. And I just think if they can play this tight in terms of being so efficient with their ratio of forcing errors versus their own, I mean, this is the best start they could have ever conceived of for this quarterfinal match. Enica knows what that's like because she's usually the one who
30,
hits it.
15.
That's very unsettling when you see that ball coming at you and you know you can't get out of the way.
Well, 30
That's
all.
the penalty you pay for lobbing short
Yep.
in the game. just think that's Zubori challenging
Yeah.
Enica.
30,
Yeah.
40.
Volleying cross court from that left side of the net positioning, where she could wait, hold that volley, hit a neutral shot up the middle. Even though that's Berendt's two-handed backhand, they have less court to cover on the next shot. We have a set
Great
point,
return.
and there it is.
Wow.
Game and
Wham
first
bam.
set. Berendt, Enica, 6-1.
All right, that's the end of the first set. We'll be back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA Network, presented by Ina Live.
When it's your job to protect the world's greatest nation, it's your responsibility to solve the world's greatest challenges. This is why we search for the best and brightest, why we train for every eventuality, on land and water, in the air, space, and even cyberspace. We operate in a complex world with one simple mission: win.
I play to be a role model in my neighborhood.
I play to be part of the team.
I play to be stronger than my brothers.
I play to channel my energy in a positive way.
I play because the field is where I shine. I play to be a part of something bigger than myself.
I play to stay healthy. I play to feel powerful.
I play to win.
Welcome back to the 2019 APTA National Championships. We are in the second set of this quarterfinal round match between Roxy Enica and Martina Ondrejkova and Anna Maria Zubori. And Patty, the first set was all Berendt and Enica.
Yeah, their level of play was incredible. Very few unforced
30,
errors.
15.
Kind of figured out tactically that they were going to go after Ondrejkova a little bit in that deuce corner with their, big swinging spin overheads, and forced a decent amount of errors. Kind of broke down Zubori and Ondrejkova from the baseline.
30 all.
We talked, in the first set about Enica and Berendt have played 6 tournaments this
40,
year. They have
30.
a lot of matches under their belt. Zubori and Ondrejkova together have played just 3 events.
Deuce.
The return Zubori will be happy with.
She'll
I
be
think
happy,
it's-
and we mentioned that we think this match is on Martina's paddle. She's going to have to be the one who makes a difference here and make some adjustments to those overheads of Enica and Berendt. I would think you would make the adjustment by not starting the point with a lob.
I'm choking over myself. That's first of all, she has an advantage with the
Don't
return.
choke, Lauren.
And second of all, why would you play right into to get the shot that you
Right.
don't want?
I don't think she's listening to the live stream.
And another return. I mean, that was a perfect example. They had a good chance to win that game, and just poor choices.
Berendt, Enica won the
And
first
kind of a
set,
fast start
15-1.
here, and as they continue their walking, and Berendt and Enica are taking a little bit more time, which is rare. I mean,
Yeah.
and that bodes well for them. Zubori's just ready to start the point right now. I feel like there's a lot of mental, tactical adjustments going on yet. And when you haven't played that many matches, it's hard to make adjustments if you don't have a game plan at all. And I'm not sure what
Love
their game
15.
plan is, quite honestly. Do you know?
No.
I mean, you're smarter than I am. You should be able to figure this out, Lauren.
Well, I think they
Love
feel like
30.
they want to just play better than the other team,
Yeah.
and that's not a game plan.
Exactly. And you were kind of looking for words right there. And if your plan is you hope you play well,
15,
Yeah.
30.
you can never make an adjustment. And that's what we'll see if it happens here. How fun is this? Pittsburgh community. Lauren is a great paddle community. We were out here 5 years ago for nationals. And, when you think of nationals, you think of the Pittsburghs,
15,
the
40.
Phillies, We love these Pennsylvania national championships. Shout out to some players, some of our buds, Jeff, Chris, Chase. They're watching over at Marion Cricket Club. They're getting ready for a new paddle complex. They start construction in 2 weeks. Can't wait for another nationals in Philly.
Okay, 2-love. I'm glad they're talking, Ondrejkova and Zubori. Or
I'm not sure
I'm
what
not sure
they're
they are.
talking about.
Okay, they are.
Yeah, so
They
they're,
have to
they're in
slow
a
it down,
gigantic
Patty.
hole
This
here.
is going way too fast. The winner to loser ratio is not on their side, so they have to slow it down.
This is one of 4 quarterfinals underway. Hanish Van Starenburg, number 1 seeds, are playing number 8, Delmonico and Gebbia. Cruz and Nicolescu, the number 3 seeds, are playing the number 5 seeds. Lemery and Rohrbach, Prop and Spiz are playing Brazova and Shea, who had the match of the tournament so far and coming through with a great win in 3 sets over Curtis and Ondrejkova last night.
I just
and
got
then
it.
we have, this is the 4th quarter.
I just got an update that Cruz and Nicolescu are up 3-2 over Lemery Rohrbach.
First set, early stages.
Well, 30-15.
But kudos to Scott Kaler, Ann Sheedy, Deb Scully. Who else?
Kathy
Kuhl,
Jokel.
Kathy Jokel. I love putting faces to the names. Yourself, people who provide so much support to the paddle community. I know for all the events that I'm lucky enough to be involved with, I know all of you are right there whenever I need help on anything. The APTA staff is ready, willing, and able.
Thanks, Patty.
Thank you, Lauren. And those Tuesday email blasts you guys see, Lauren Mandel puts together, and she's great on tracking us down late on Mondays. And Patty, I know there was a Viking Tour event. What are the results? I said, I know, I'm waiting. I'll send it the moment I get it.
30 all.
Yeah, Ondrejkova just seems out of sorts over there.
40-30.
You know, and sometimes I feel like I just want her to pick up her feet, and I want to feel a little more energy from her.
That's her demeanor, though. That's her. She's very calm.
Well,
Great.
she may have made a critical wardrobe mistake in not wearing her signature white pants, because I don't think I've seen her lose a match in her white pants.
Berendt, Enica. They lead
Well,
3
I'll
games
tell you
to
what.
love, second set.
6-1-3 love.
Berendt, Enica
They
won
have
the first set, 6
got
games
to.
one.
This is it. This is it. It's now or never. I mean, this whole match has taken maybe 15, 20 minutes. And they're not making an impression at all on Berendt and Enica.
I'm so impressed by the composure right here with Berendt and Enica. You know, I've seen them play a lot this weekend, and I just think all these matches are playing into their hands here. You know,
Yeah.
they have a lot of experience, and the key is to peak for nationals, and I'm kind of feeling that a little bit more with Enica and Berendt this weekend.
If I'm
Sometimes
Berendt,
you just
if I'm
feel a vibe, Lauren, that players give off. You know, who's kind of oozing with the confidence. Clearly, it's not Zubori and Ondrejkova.
No, and if I'm Zubori and Ondrejkova, I'm just going to try to make the points longer at least to see if I can get some errors from Berendt and Enica.
Yeah, and I just think there's no strategy. You're not going to drop
30.
shot. It's 43 degrees here in beautiful sunny Pittsburgh. And, you know, a drop shot to Laura Berendt, who has the wingspan of a 7'7", it's not the best choice.
Prop and Spiz are up 3-1 against Brazova and Shea.
It'll be interesting to see what Brazova and Shea have in their tank this morning after that incredibly physically and mentally demanding match.
Game,
Epic.
Berendt,
It was an
Enica,
epic
they lead
match.
4 games to love.
All right, so
Second
this is
set.
going fast here. I'm not surprised by the high level of Enica Berendt.
Love 15.
I'm shocked by the inconsistent performance here from Ondrejkova and Zubori here in the quarters of nationals.
They have no answers.
15 all.
But that's the thing. Like, they're just going to give free points away. It's not even making
Right.
Berendt and Enica think or
You would
challenge.
start with hitting the ball over the the middle of the net. Just make more shots. Good move.
15, 30.
Nice play by Ondrejkova. They need
Ondrejkova-
something to give them a spark.
Yep, Ondrejkova's just not that much of a risk taker as a player, but she's going to have to do something here.
Oh. There it is again, that forehand. You just don't have time to react.
15, 40.
All right, 2 points for Ondrejkova Zubori to get on the board.
Okay, I'm kind of pulling for him to get on the board here, Lauren.
No, there you go.
Game Ondrejkova, Zubori, the Berendt Enica, the 4-1, second set.
Well, this is it where you just say, okay, let's go. A point at a time, a game at a time. They're on the boards. And we've seen paddle, paddle has such swings of momentum. It could happen. They could come back. But I just don't feel like Enica and Berendt are going to hand it to him, despite that shot from Laura Berendt.
15 love.
What's really impressive is Laura Berendt's play here. I mean, Roxy is spectacular, but Berendt, we've seen her play out of the ad court, deuce court. She really can play either sides. All these women can really play both sides of the net at a really high level, but she's totally embraced kind of the roll
15,
out of
30.
that deuce court. And she's making, Enica look like a human highlight reel in this match.
She's making it easy for Enica exactly to show off her skills. Oh, beautiful.
Again, second time in this game up the line.
Oh, and Enica missed the one. Too bad. What a setup by Laura Berendt. 30 all. Oh, both going to stay back.
A tactic.
A tactic, yeah. And a good one.
There you go. Great forehand from Martina. That
40, 30.
Against returners like Berendt and Enica, taking away the target can be very frustrating for them.
And you've got to change something. So, even if you're staying back, just changes the game. And these guys can play screens all day long. Zubori's proved to be really comfortable over there in the at court in this match. I don't think she's missed a screen. Ondrejkova's had a little tougher time handling some of those really powerful overheads.
Zubori went sideways to that ball instead of cutting it across on the diagonal.
Yep, and she should have just taken it right through the middle of the court. Put that ball in play. You're not going to win the point there, so don't lose it with a drive.
Advantage Ondrejkova, Zubori.
That's how Zubori plays. She's a risk taker as a player. See that beautiful service motion. And sure, that was a ball. She could have hit her lovely two-handed backhand, but there was no point of it right there. Player was right on top of the net. And that's where, you know, she has such a wide variety of shots. To really get a little more consistency, it's almost eliminating some of your choices at key moments in matches. Kind of keeping it a little simpler.
Deuce.
And same thing there. You know, Roxy
Yeah,
just
why?
went for a little too
Right.
much. She had the shot. You saw her move her grip way over, opened up her paddle face, let that ball, you know, that ball was really low. She could have easily made it.
Miss hit.
Advantage Ondrejkova, Zubori.
Yeah, you can see Zubori
Hold on
wants to
one
keep pushing through here. This is like rapid fire serving. Good move for Enica to let that go right under her leg. That would have hit most people. And right there, kind of a silly volley. Just throw the ball up the middle of the court. Keep
In
it
front
in
of
play.
you. Keep it in front of you.
Yep,
Don't
your
try to
team's in
create the
transition.
angle.
When you're moving and you're moving that shot, you know, if you don't hit it straight ahead, you're going to leave yourself vulnerable anyway on the next shot. Berendt loves that two-handed backhand. Hits that shot more than any other player, and she's the right side of the two players at the net.
Roxy waited, and waited, and when Zubori came in, instead of dropping it, she slid it down the middle.
How good was that volley from Enica right there? She resisted trying to play cat and mouse with Zubori there. That showed a lot of maturity.
Out. Advantage, Berendt, Enica.
There we go. Beautiful forehand out of that deuce court. See, I love the play of Enica coming up that side screen, just going straight ahead, right at Ondrejkova.
It's not a good shot by Zubori. I mean, she lined up and wailed on it, but it's just going right up the line. It's giving
Well, the
Enica that
danger
shot.
of not hitting the nick enough,
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
Just was a little bit over, shot up where Enica knew it, you know, read the shot beautifully the whole time.
Well, that wasn't a great game, but it's 5-1.
Yep.
Nice play by Ondrejkova.
Yes, it was. Love 15.
Winner of this match plays the winner of Propspriz Brazova Shea.
All. $15-30.
Are we going to see a comeback, Lauren?
I have not seen anything that's led me to believe so.
You're such a nice person. You're not even going to say no. I'm going to say heck no. I'm not feeling it today.
Well, you're not really going out on a limb. It's 6-1, 5-1. I mean, it's not, you know.
Right.
They haven't made any impression on Ondrejkova and Zubori. Of course, they've hit some great shots here and there, but they can't string anything together today.
No adjustments. I don't see a change of tactic that would even let them, you know, climb their way into this match game by game. I don't see any of that here. And again, that's why you've got to jump in, play the APTA Grand Prix Tour, because you've got to have these tournaments under your belt so that you have the experience to draw from when you reach the Nationals. And this, you know, there's so much pressure out here, and to make it through a quarter is an incredible accomplishment. But you've got to be ready to play, and you have to have that preparation. It comes from a ton of practice and a ton of matches.
Okay, 30-40, break point.
Real nice touch shot.
Game Ondrejkova, Zubori. Berendt, Enica.
All right, so they live to play another game.
Second set, new ball.
Shout out to APTA President Scott Bondurant. He's had a tough fall early this winter on some ice, but he seems to be making a great comeback, and he's here supporting and did a great job last night introducing our new Hall of Famer, Mike Stulak, and giving Shannon Vincent a witty present for her time of service to the APTA over the last 5 years, helping get the Grand Prix Tour the last 4 years up and running and organizing all these matches, which is no small feat. Yeah, here's the play. Go after Martina in the juice court.
She handled it well there.
15 love.
I liked her footwork there. You can see when players stay back, they don't really go for that much on their serve. They want to make sure they don't fault when they're staying back. Wow, what a pickup from Ondrejkova right there.
All.
Yeah, more of the same. Teeing off over in there.
15-30.
Ondrejkova's, that's the side she's looking right into the sun. Really tough to defend. So Enica and Berendt 2 points away from a semifinal here. The APTA 2019 National Championships. Berendt and Enica, up to this point, have played the perfect match.
But I like this point from Zubori and Ondrejkova. They're making them play. Let's see if they can get an error. No, they cannot. But
15-40.
Incredible play from Enica.
Yeah.
We've seen that so much. She comes up that side screen. It's a backside screen. She comes way up and then follows it in looking for the pop-up volley.
she volleys very well in transition too, Enica.
Yeah, it wasn't really a pop-up volley. She handled that beautifully.
30-40.
Match point. There we
There
have
it
it.
is.
Seven match. Berendt, Enica, they win 6-1, 6-2.
Well, that was a quick 40-minute match. Another women's semifinal now is also on that you can tune into. Hannes van Starenburg against Gebbia Carrie Del Monaco. And we will be back on this court with some men's action in a little while.
Men's round of 32. Thanks, Lauren.
Yes, thanks.